Hi, I know every time I record one of these videos, I go away for months, and the two videos I record on my way back, and it's like uh, uh, depressing stuff. But I feel that talking about it and getting it out there is really helps. So what do I want to say first? Well, first I want to say that I'm fine. Don't worry. Physically, I'm completely 100% okay. Um, for a while, my stomach was bothering me and a little bit of my chest sometimes, but that's gone away completely. I don't have that feeling that I'm gonna have a heart attack again, just on pure will. I feel super calm now, and I feel uh, less afraid. Um, so where do I begin with this story? Well, I want to say I'm fucking keep scratching my nose. I gotta stop doing that. I want to say that uh, what was happening? I bought edibles from a edibles. If you don't know what edibles all are, it's like weed mixed with food. It gets you super fucking high, and I should have known that that would have been a mistake to take because when I took it, uh, it felt. I'm like, okay, I feel a little weird. All right, that's fine. And eventually, it felt like I started panicking and just freaking the fuck out, and it felt like my whole body was going numb. And eventually, I was working myself up so much that my heart started racing. It was normally when you smoke weed or eat edibles or anything like that, your heart does raise a bit, and that's normal. But after a while, it just started getting faster and faster and faster. And the funny thing is, when I went outside to relax, I'm like, okay, as long as I don't have a heart attack, I'm fine. Um, I started having a really bad panic attack, really bad panic attack, especially with the state I'm in, which I'll get into a moment. Really, and that's all I thought it was. But when I was in the cab, my heart just kept going up and up. It just kept going up, and eventually my chest started to feel warm. And the cab driver looked at me, and he was like, and he freaking and he just drove faster, and he's like, hey, you want to pay now? And I'm like, yes. And and he's like, okay, here you go. And unfortunately, it wasn't a tap. I had to actually put in the numbers while I'm freaking like while my heart's going really fast. And he did say that my face turned a red color. He never said what color it was. Maybe it was gray. Maybe I was going pale because I don't know. Maybe feeling nauseous. But yeah, he helped me in, and he helped me find the what's it called, the counter where I registered, and then well no, they showed me at the booth where to go, and then at the thing they showed me where I had to register and then wait. And all I was doing was I was just walking. Hang on, you can't see very well. Hang on. I was just walking around, going like, just trying to take like deep breaths and just putting my arms against the wall. And I was constantly doing that because I was freaking the fuck out. I just kept doing that over and over again, and it actually did help a bit. But then when they asked, sorry, they asked me to, I was seen when they asked me to put the blood pressure thing on around your wrist. They asked me to do that. I just started panic again. I just started really freaking the fuck out. And it was like, yeah. And I looked at the heart rate machine, and they told me to close my eyes and just keep going. Just keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, because I'm getting super worked up. And I actually took a glance at the heart rate machine they had me up against, or they had me attached to, and well, no, that wasn't my heart rate. I think that was just my blood pressure. I don't know, but it said 175 or 174, and that's the highest I've ever seen. Something like that. So I thought I was, yeah. I just kept my eyes closed because I didn't want to look at it, because I knew looking at it would make me panic. And eventually, it dropped by about 40 when I went to go lay down. It started building a little bit back up, but then it kept dropping down. So, yeah, it was averaging at about 90, but it kept going up to like 110 or 120. It went down to 120, then went up to then went down to 110, then went back up to 120, and then kept going down. It kept going back and forth for a bit, and then eventually I calmed down enough where it went down to 90 and below. So yeah, it was not fun, and eventually the stuff really started to wear off quite a bit, and after like being in there for maybe 4 to 5 hours, because I was there till close to midnight, I think, and yeah, after being in there, they're like, okay, you can your heart rate's going back to normal. You can go home, and I was like, okay, and he just recommended me that I would that I should just try to relax when I get home and just try to sleep, which I did, and I fell asleep. That was probably the easiest thing about that day. I fell asleep pretty fucking fast, and I slept for like a whole 8 hours. I woke up at 8 o'clock, and I'm just like, oh, did that really just happen? Did I really just go through probably the most stressful thing I've ever gone through, almost having a fucking heart attack? And yeah, that's probably gonna be the worst. And after that, I said, they told me that would I be willing to just completely stop, smoking, having weed and drinking, and which I absolutely complied to. I said that for the I quote that for the rest of the year I'm not going to touch any weed or any more alcohol or any other drugs, because I'm not in a good state to do that, and I really don't want to go back to the hospital for that reason. I was actually afraid that if I tell them that what I had, I would actually get arrested then and there, but I think they understand that the stuff is mostly legal. It's just the edible parts that are not complete, that are in the bit of a gray area right now. Well, I shouldn't say gray area, because if you're caught with them, you will get arrested. But I don't have them anymore. I threw them away, never touching them again. And yeah, if I ever do decide after the year ends to start smoking and drinking, it's going to be very light portions, or not nearly as often. Because I went from drinking to only on special occasions like St. Patrick's Day, New Year's, Christmas, my birthday, maybe Halloween, areas like that, to doing it once a week. So I was drinking quite a bit compared to what I was doing before. So yeah, I'm gonna try to stay away from alcohol and hopefully, and weed. Especially weed, because after that, how can I ever touch that stuff again? I still very much support weed much over smoking regular cigarettes. I just think people should know about the dangers of having edibles. If you're a light smoker, do not go for edibles. Just stick to what you smoke, and maybe get a little heavier, but do not have edibles unless you're willing to start smoking heavier, and then when you have edibles, you might be like, oh, this is what it feels like. Okay, because for a while I've just been a light smoker of pot, and that's what so to go from like 0 to 100 real quickly is bound to do some kind of strain. How I'm doing mentally, despite that trauma, after that trauma, I am starting to feel a bit better about myself. Not completely 100%. I'd say about 80%. I'm feeling like myself. So yeah. So despite that, I still think I'm on the proper track to recovering mentally, because I know I'm smarter than this, and I know I can beat this. In case you guys don't know, I've kind of been having some stress-related issues, and it's especially worse because I can't really. I'm having a hard time connecting with my emotions. So I'm trying to cure it I'm trying to counter it by finding things that are funny, finding things that are fun, and trying to just enjoy my time, even if I can't really feel it, even if I can't really feel enjoyment. So yeah, this is a fairly common occurrence, I think, with people who suffer stress related problems, where where they feel almost normal, but they can't connect with their emotions. It's when you don't sleep enough, and then you stay awake, and then you stay awake long enough and have like coffee and all kinds of sugar and whatnot. It's similar to that, except that It's similar to that where you feel awake, but you know something's off, and that's exactly how I feel. I know that I'm fine and okay now, but I know that there's something off. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, sorry for giving you guys such a scare. Again, I'm fine and okay now. And for the rest of the year, I will definitely not be touching any alcohol and weed for at least the rest of the year. I'm also been going outside and going on walks and stuff, because even if I don't even if it doesn't feel like it's helping me, I know it's going to help me in the longer run. So and I'm also going to try to avoid drinking any pop. For now, I'm going to probably stick to stuff like this, just orange juice and milk. Got to get my vitamin C's and calcium. Yeah. That's pretty much all I have to say. So yeah, thanks you guys for watching. I know I cause quite a ruckus sometimes, but yeah, but I know you guys understand. So yeah, I'm yeah. I gotta say, almost having a heart attack is not fun. So I'll leave you on that, and I'll see you guys later.